Hey, I'm Ryan Reynolds. At Mint Mobile, we like to do the opposite of what Big Wireless does. They charge you a lot, we charge you a little. So naturally, when they announced they'd be raising their prices due to inflation, we decided to deflate our prices due to not hating you. That's right. We're cutting the price of Mint Unlimited from $30 a month to just $15 a month. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
$45 upfront payment equivalent to $15 per month. New customers on first 3-month plan only. Taxes and fees extra. Speed slower above 40 gigabytes. See details.
When you need mealtime inspiration, it's worth shopping Kroger for thousands of appetizing ingredients that inspire countless mouthwatering meals. And no matter what tasty choice you make, you'll enjoy our everyday low prices. Plus, extra ways to save, like digital coupons worth over $600 each week and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump with points. So you can get big flavors and big savings. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
I agree with it.
I do too.
There was a bit in the Star Tribune today at the top of the sports page.
Yes.
What's wrong with the Twins?
Where should we begin?
Well, I found what the one that was the most for me. The team batting average with runners in scoring position
Yes, I agree with
is
you.
216.
Yes.
It's 203 with 2 outs.
Mm-hmm.
There you are.
Yes, yeah.
There you are. That's why you're
the old clutch hitting, as we call
none.
it. They don't have any, and then one guy. I'm not sure what he's doing this year, but one guy when he came up to the plate, you thought he had a chance was Polanco.
Mm-hmm.
Both sides of the plate. One side he's better than the other, but he's not playing either.
Oh, you got 17 players injured, Patrick.
Yes.
Buxton,
And
Polanco, Sano. Well, he's gone.
Scratch him.
Kirilloff.
That was a loss that you can hit.
I don't know what's wrong with the German. He comes in.
Well, he's playing with a broken toe or something, isn't he?
Yeah, and then but he didn't have a broken toe a month ago, and he was hitting zero then too.
203 team batting average with 2 outs.
Yeah. Well, Correa.
With runners in scoring position.
Correa, now he had a nice little run here, but he was 143 with 2 outs and runners in scoring position.
Yeah. They really don't have a shot, do they? I mean, they could win out, maybe.
No, they're not going to win out. Who are they going to beat with that lineup? That lineup is.
But at least they can't pitch as well, so that they got that going for them.
They had a DL, Chris Archer, finally. After here's Joe. The other figure is bullpen innings and innings from starters that's in there. They're 29th in innings from starters and 28th.
MLB ranked innings pitched by starters. They're 28th.
Okay, so
their relievers have pitched the third most, and the bullpen has struggled at critical moments this season. The team's 3.87 bullpen ERA ranks 10th in the American League,
which is an amazing stat because bullpens, even good ones, used to be close to 5 because you'd have some clunker guys out there. But
does this doesn't affect Rocco's job, does it?
Oh no, he'll be back.
Well, God Almighty!
I would say Pete Mackey the pitching coach that came in. He they haven't been that bad, but I got a hunch he's temporary. Well, Rocco, I was talking to him briefly after.
Did you have your personal meeting?
About 10 minutes is all. Yeah, we did. I did ask him. I stuck, and he did make a point of talking about their bad hitting and saying. This young pitching coach of ours a hitting coach of ours is really good, and it's not on him. So that was his way of telling me, don't blame him. It's a lot of other stuff, but he didn't say, and boy, those pitching coaches we got are outstanding too. So he didn't mention that, but.
Completely unrelated, I've been watching the box scores for attendance as I always do. Cleveland can't draw.
No,
it's just amazing.
They don't
care.
I don't know what it is. They just
had 12,000 yesterday for the Angels.
Yes, and they come home on a weekend in first place and they get 17 or 18. Yeah, it's terrible. I don't know. They had the flurry of Jacobs Field when they opened Jacobs Field. They also unleashed the best ball club they've had since 1954. And you couldn't get a ticket there for 7 or 8 years, but
Yeah.
now they love the Browns. If the Browns win one game a month, they're the most popular team in town. But
How
I think
quickly
it's
the
I think it-
Vikings have made us forget everything about the Twins.
yes, but here one more which is good for the Twins, but but that the whole Steel Belt, Iron Belt area, Pittsburgh, they don't care about baseball. Cleveland, they don't care about baseball. So
When they win, though, Pittsburgh draws decent, don't they?
well, yeah, but
They got a beautiful
anybody,
park.
Yeah, I mean anybody, but when they win big, but they don't, they'll. If you want to go watch the Twins on the road someplace, go to Pittsburgh. But when my son and I went to Pittsburgh, we had the tickets on our own, like the second row,
Wow.
behind the dugout. And
See, that's the
it's not a
underrated
problem.
key of doing the baseball
Yeah.
road trip.
Yeah.
Go when
Go
the team
places.
is terrible.
Go places where the game is unpopular. It's
Right.
really don't go to St. Louis.
No, God, no.
Those lunatics will have 48,000 people there, all of them in Pujols jerseys. You think they had a nice little flurry of reselling Pujols jerseys? With
How
this?
did he get back to St. Louis?
Free
Just
agent.
this year? That Cleveland, he hadn't been decent in about 4 years in California, and was only decent. He had a couple three when he first got there, but he might make it. He's 6'97".
Yeah.
He's
playing every day,
and he
too.
needed 22 or something.
can't
when the years,
remember.
nobody thought it was realistic because
But he
he's an
ain't
extra
playing
player.
next year.
No, he's
Well,
already said he's
What
done.
if he's 6'99"?
Then he's playing next
I
year.
guess he becomes a hero by saying, "I said 60." Maybe he becomes a hero by saying, this was it.
Or what if he comes back next year to catch Babe?
No, he ain't catching.
He said he's only.
to catch the Babe.
He'd
That's
be
right.
14 off.
Yeah, he'd only be 15 off, but I think he shocked himself how many home runs he's hit. So
And how did Russell Wilson get to Denver?
they
Traded.
traded him. So
Well, that was a mistake.
let me say this: I didn't watch the game last night,
Okay.
Seattle and Denver, a little bit, but when I'm reading the paper this morning, and to find out that Denver elected to attempt a 64-yard field goal rather than try to make it on 4th and 5 with 3 timeouts remaining.
Right? I watched it.
I said, I thought that game was in Seattle.
Yep.
Because I figured, okay, he's trying it from 64. He's got to be in Denver, right, to get the extra 8 yards of carry. It was in Seattle.
Yep.
I'd fire this guy. He's new. He's
Pat, I
been there
couldn't
one
believe
game.
it. I
He's
couldn't
been there
believe it.
one game. He's gone, as far as I'm concerned.
I was telling
The hell with
Reavers
him.
that off air.
Yeah.
What's wrong with this moron?
Yeah, you just paid $800 million for this quarterback and gave away 5 draft choices, and you're not going to go on 4th and 5.
For him to win the game
yeah,
in that
let
moment.
him win the
And
game.
he's done it 31, 35 times in
Plus,
his
the
career
one
where he
thing he can
marches
do
down
is,
and wins it.
he's got pretty good legs. He can still get out there and make that play. And if somebody drops the ball, if they don't make it, they still got a better chance than they do making a 64-yard field goal in the heavy air of Seattle.
I know neither one of you probably saw the Manning cast where Peyton and Eli watched the game.
Missed it.
You did miss it, but this is
I didn't know
exactly
that.
why.
I didn't know there was one.
This is either the second or third year they've been doing it. So obviously they have Buck and Aikman doing the Monday Night Football call on ESPN. On ESPN2, they just have Peyton and Eli watching the game and reacting as if they were sitting on their couch. It's fantastic. But Peyton is screaming at the end, "What are you doing?" He's
really?
mimicking calling a timeout here
Yeah.
because they let the clock run down.
I
to
didn't
about,
see it. Where
Oh,
was
it's
it?
fantastic.
Was it 15 yards short or off, or was it
They
not?
were. He had the distance, but it wasn't. I mean, it crossed the upright.
But
about
I've
5
heard
yards.
Joe Buck as a guest host on a country music station on satellite radio.
I don't know.
I believe I did.
That's
filling
what
in
he's
for
doing.
somebody.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, he's got time on his hands now.
Yeah.
He just cut back on all the other stuff.
Yeah,
right?
he's only doing football, I believe.
Yeah, he's not going to do
Is
the
Al
World
Michaels
Series.
retired?
No, he's working for Amazon.
That's right.
He's going to be
So
doing
on
the
Thursday night football, you got to have a special deal.
Well,
to
you
watch
have
that?
Amazon Prime.
Oh,
Yes.
I don't know if I got it in the garage. But I had Apple TV in the garage of all things.
You did.
So I must have Amazon
I
Prime.
saw that overrated, fraudulent show Ted Lasso won some. Did he
Oh,
win
that's
some
right. You
Emmys?
didn't like that.
Oh, I hated it. It just soft, boring. It's basically a poor man's version of Major League. You got the owner, the woman owner, who wants the franchise to be rotten. We already did that much, much better.
Right.
And this is not funny.
Why
thought it
why
was supposed to
why
be.
why Apple TV? What is this? What is that? Why
it's
is
a way
that?
to get you and I to pay $8 a month to have
Yep.
it or whatever it is. It's real easy because you already got your Amazon account for all those packages that come up.
All them boxes that show up every day.
Yes, right. And not only the boxes showing up at your house, the ones showing up at various residences around the Midwest.
To the point where I know exactly the time he's coming around the corner at my house.
Yes, yes. So
I just want a cardboard-free month.
It's Amazon. That's why we got Amazon, and now we got Apple. Is for just I don't know. Just you got it on the. You got a phone, so you might as well.
Yep.
You got a wallet. I don't have a wallet, but you got a wallet. An
I
Apple
know
wallet.
many gentlemen that are in their 20s that
That
don't
this
even
is
have.
their
This is
entire
their
life.
entire life. Yep.
And the Apple phone, Apple TV, Apple game. You can buy the games all on Apple, right?
Yep.
Well, we'll see you later. Because
Yeah.
I mean, I did it, but I had to have help to get it on there.
Yeah, it's been a long time since you had to wait when you wanted to change, when you had like 4 channels and you wanted to change it.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of sit around and wait for the other, see if the other person got up first and went up to change it. You know,
There
you'd
was
instead of leap out of the seat, you'd see if
There was
you
a-
wouldn't say anything, but you just kind of try
Right.
to play the waiting game.
There was a great
One
photo
TV, by the way. So.
of it was a picture of about 65 different mini screens inside of one photo. Okay, so 65 little televisions, and the caption just said, "Me trying to watch the Mets in 2025" because of all the various services
sure.
that,
Yeah,
that are
right.
accompanied
Yeah.
baseball.
I have not run into a soul, Patrick, who admires the way Rocco manages the team.
He's getting a lot of heat, but I think he's getting blamed. The thing that bothers the people most is removing starting pitchers.
Can we go back
And
to the
that
Yankee
is
series?
that is a organizational theory.
Who is the kid from North St. Paul who had the wonderful
Louis Varland.
Yes. Debut in Yankee Stadium? I'm talking to people who are still angry that he was pulled from the game.
Yes, I agree with that, but I'm even angrier that he was pulled from the team.
Why?
He
I didn't even know that.
He went as when there's a new rule, I think it's a COVID rule, right? I don't know. No, it's not. It was in before. If you're playing a doubleheader, you can add a player, 29th, who doesn't count on the roster. And in fact, he doesn't even have to be on the 40-man roster, right?
Okay.
So he was just going to pitch, and then who got hurt? One of their pitchers.
Well, they DL'd Archer.
No, they didn't DL Archer. This wasn't Archer.
Jeffers,
After
Larnack.
Louis. Anyway, because they got rained out, so he was going to pitch Tuesday.
Right.
Then it got rained out, so it became a doubleheader, so then they could run this scam.
Right.
But then they got to send him back to minor leagues for 15 days. He's got to be now because Archer's hurt. No, I don't think they can call him up because they already replaced Archer with somebody else. So the Louis Varland thing, he's going to pitch next Saturday in Cleveland in the doubleheader again as the same guy. But I think there's like something starting his clock in the big leagues. But in the next 5 years, this might be your best chance to win a division. You need him. It's I don't know. I have that sister-in-law who's a great person. Mm-hmm. But I say for 30 years, I said she won't take yes for an answer. Right. These guys are they're always trying to. Somebody comes, hey, we can do this, and then we can win the damn bleeping games. Mm-hmm. What are the odds of this kid, needing one more start to leave as a free agent in 6 years. It's just stupid. They just do so many idiotic things. It drives people crazy with the pitching, but that's not Rocco. That's upstairs.
That's from the upstairs. And Joe's always said that it's almost as if they're trying to win. They're not trying to win tonight's
They're always
game.
trying to win next week.
Well,
I can't stand it.
Joe, if we go back to May,
Yeah.
Buck was playing he'd play 2, and then he'd take
Got to give
one
him some
off,
time, yeah.
get him off his feet. And the reason for that was so when you're in the stretch drive,
Right.
you can have,
And here we are.
You can have a healthy team. If we get them off their feet all summer, we'll have a healthy team by the stretch drive.
Yeah, here
And
we
now
are. He's got
you're-
a sore hip.
Now you're playing now you're putting on the field a glorified version of the St. Paul Saints. Jake Cave, God love him, 8th best outfielder when they left spring training. He was on the pecking order. Now we can't get him out of the lineup, man.
No.
He's in there every day. So
At least he stopped diving for them when they ain't there.
that's
Buxton's not going to play again, is he?
right. I don't think so.
Isn't that something?
Yeah.
And who said it was?
What's your theory? How do you feel? What would you do? You'd say, how do you feel today? I feel all right. Then play.
Yes.
Play.
No, I would not even ask them. They'd have to come to me. And it's, my theory is, are you 74%?
Right.
Okay, yeah, that's a good number. 74.
Yeah.
Under almost 3/4.
Yes.
Then play. It's baseball. It hurts.
Yeah.
Kepler, he's got a knob on his leg from hitting himself with a foul ball.
Right.
At least he hit something hard, but unfortunately it was his own foot or something. But I don't know.
Oh, it's just a shame. It
Yeah.
was.
But it's remindful of me of '84 when they somehow the division was terrible. They hung around. Now they lasted later till the end of the season and were playing against better teams than this. But it reminds me of that. They got to September and they hit a wall and they couldn't beat anybody. And that's what you're seeing here. So,
Okay, well, let's say they sweep Kansas City.
yeah, they'll maybe gain a game. Then they'll go to Cleveland and the pitching matchups will favor the
Cleveland.
other team 3 out of 5 games at least, maybe more. So, yeah.
And then you also look at the future of this club.
Yes, it does.
Correa's gone.
Yes.
You're
But that won't bother me, by the way.
And Buxton staying.
well, he's been the only thing that's been decent the last
Yeah.
week or so.
He's reliably disappointing.
Yeah, not quite as much lately, but it's a little salary run to have the scouts say, I saw him a few times this summer. I wasn't sure, but he really looked good in September. So I shouldn't say this. I sat in around the club, the locker of him the other day, and he's a nice guy, answered all the questions. I just get the impression that he's a schmoozer, that he's got her all figured out as far as schmoozing the media. Don't
Okay,
you? Don't
sure.
you? I did. But I guess we should like that better than being a
Okay, so
jackass.
he's gone.
Yeah,
He's most likely going to elect free agency, yes.
Yeah.
almost certainly will elect the free agency.
And
Beyond
Buxton's going to be a perennial problem.
Yes, he is. Well, they're obviously going to have to, and I don't know why it hasn't happened. Somehow he got chronic tendonitis underneath his kneecap, underneath his right kneecap. Doesn't sound like there's a surgical answer. It's just
Rest is the only thing that can.
Polanco was an Iron Man by this team standards.
yes.
What
no,
happened?
He's got patella tendonitis. That's what they're saying. I don't know. It was like.
Worst thing that happened
Remember-
was naming these parts of the body.
Remember what's this fasciitis? Remember what's
Plantar
that?
fasciitis.
Plantar fasciitis. This was invented here by Michael Williams, AEL, Michael EAL Williams. Remember him?
Oh,
They
yeah.
got him from Indiana, and he came down with plantar fasciitis, and nobody'd ever heard of it
Right.
in America. Nobody'd heard of it.
It's got to be serious.
At least here. Now everybody, for the next 10 years, every guard they got ended up with plantar fasciitis. I don't know. Sore foot. For a lot of years, we said, he's out with a sore foot. I don't know. Hey, you got to say one thing for Coach O'Connell. not playing anybody in the exhibition games worked out. They had nobody hurt. They went into basically started the season with nobody hurt, and they came out of the game with nobody hurt, right?
Yeah.
No injuries. So that's the key to success. Being in this division, though, could be the equivalent of being in the AL Central.
Why did the Packers? Is it Devontae Adams?
Yes.
Why did they let him go?
Money.
He was a free agent, and supposedly the word became he wanted out. He's, some guy.
Rogers
Best-
looks lost.
Yeah, well, when the kid from North Dakota State, when he threw a touchdown pass on their first play, and the kid dropped it,
It went right through his hands.
he was angry the rest of the day with all these rookie receivers. He came back for the money.
Mm-hmm.
He's traveled like to Pluto and back though, right? With this new, what's he?
He takes the miracle drug.
Ayahuasca.
Yeah,
Is that
it's
what
to the
called?
point that he and Shia Bond split, and he's got a girlfriend from that culture there, right?
I don't know that part.
Yes, he's supposedly Blue Moon Betty or some damn. No, honest to God, he's got some new girlfriend
Hold
from
on
that
here.
medical.
We gotta
Are
find
this is all legal mushrooms or something, or flowers you
it
sniff?
takes it-
or-
yeah, it takes it twice a day. Never felt better in his entire life, and he's a screwball. He's finally happy with guess who?
I don't know him.
Himself.
His girlfriend's name is Blue of Earth.
Blue of Earth.
Yes.
Then you Packers better lose every game. You cannot have a girlfriend named Blue of Earth.
Oh, that has to get one of these, doesn't it?
It
Can
does.
you imagine? Can you imagine those Packer fans if they go 4-13 this year? What they'll be saying about Blue of Earth?
You know, I'm probably guessing because the
What's
Packer.
the name of the drug?
The name
It's
of the.
I can't pronounce it.
I think isn't it called ayahuasca?
Something like
Oh,
that.
maybe it is. Yeah.
That's what I
Did he
thought.
go to South America to sit around a campfire and do it, or
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, he got into it. The young actress at Woodley and him finally they split up because she decided he was crazy.
well, he is.
And I know that because the Packer fan base is nothing but class.
Yes.
I know that they won't take any double entendres with the Blue of Earth name in terms of his relationship status. I'm sure that they
Brady
won't
had
do
a
that.
nice game Sunday night.
Well, yeah, it helped
Yeah.
that Dallas was
God,
non-existent.
Dallas was terrible, but yeah, he's made for a guy who, whose wife's in the stands swearing at him for playing. But they shouldn't be very good. They still got defense though. They still got Shaq Barrett and those
He
guys.
ain't got the Gronk.
Ain't got the Gronk, but
They got Kyle Rudolph though,
yes, how about that?
even though he was inactive.
That'd be great if he got a chance to. He seemed like a good guy when he was here. So how about my poor Aunt Helen
What about her?
and my mom Cecil
Yeah.
and the rest of the McDonough girls, wherever they are, waking up on Sunday morning and finding out that Notre Dame lost at home to Marshall University, the Thundering Herd.
Wow.
This new young coach that was, got everybody excited, and they let the players basically name their coach. Do the name Jerry Faust ring a bell? A high school guy they hired to start off first Notre Dame. First team ever to be rated in the top 5 in the country and start off 0 for 2.
Isn't that something?
Yeah. Wow, what a loss, though. Yeah,
Are the Gophers embarrassed
for who they played.
where they play? Is PJ capable of embarrassment?
Well, the Gophers do not want to pay like $1 million to these respectable teams.
But they got all the new Big Ten money.
Yeah, not yet though. So they hired these. These are Maturi going. I think these are still Maturi games, going cheap. So they're the worst. They're the 9th place team in the conference that North Dakota State's in.
Yeah. That was terrible.
Missouri Valley Football Conference. But it's
Who do they got this week?
Colorado is terrible.
Colorado.
But I mean that's a respectable name as an opponent, but they're terrible. Air Force beat them. I don't. They've been outscored 79-23 in 2 games.
Didn't they do a a home and home? Because weren't they in Colorado last year?
Yes,
yeah,
they were.
That's what I thought.
And they kicked their ass 30-0 or something, right?
Yeah.
Remember them? Yeah.
I'm trying to find the tweet because on Saturday, Appalachian State went in to Texas A&M, who I think was number 6 in the country, and beat him 17-14.
And now,
And then they tweeted out, "Thanks for the 1.5 mil."
yes, right.
Which that is fantastic.
You know where ESPN Game Day is going to be Saturday?
Are they there?
Boone, North Carolina.
Come on.
Yeah, the Hillbillies will be out in force, man.
I got to go make a phone call.
Okay.
All
good,
right.
Good. And you know, it's a nice day for a phone call too. It really is. It's gorgeous. Such a nice day for a phone call. I had the top down all morning,
Beautiful.
so it was very
Getting
good.
forest
Anyway,
fire smoke, though.
are we?
Oh, yeah.
Where's it burning?
California, Oregon, that ways.
We had a monsoon in Vegas. What did it miss California?
They must have.
How does it get to Vegas and miss California?
You know, it's like the Calcutta Clipper.
This is when we need Denny.
It swings down, it swings up.
This is what we need, Denny.
Where is
Denny? Can we get it to swing down? Come on.
Oh,
Denny.
don't tell me somebody deleted it. Come on.
Who do you let get in on in this?
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Danny, how did it work?
I understand the weather pattern. Pick up the Calcutta Clipper, swings down, swings up, lakefront influence, and out.
I've always were you on that
No.
call?
What was he? Was that when he was? That was when he was in Arizona.
That was when he was in Arizona.
What, were they getting ready to play the Vikings?
No,
or
they were
something?
getting ready to play the Bills, and he was
weather.
asked about weather. He said, "Well, I know this pattern. I was in Minnesota
Yeah.
all those years." And
Cal-
swings down, it swings up.
Calcutta.
The Calcutta Clipper.
You think he was having fun? I mean,
I
he was
hope
having
so.
fun, but
I hope
yeah,
so.
Yeah, I think he did. He did poke a lot of fun at the local media. There's no doubt about that. But yes, the Vikings looked just fine, and they could have made me look like a genius because 2 hours before kickoff, I tweeted in all seriousness, Vikings 30, Packers 13.
Wow.
So if they get the consolation, if they go score in the fourth quarter like they should have, but they didn't try, I could have ended up right on the nose with 30.
And this is probably the year, too, where I don't think there's really a dominant team in the NFC. Everyone that's good is in the AFC.
Yeah, why is that? It is weird. It's just weird how it worked out.
Well,
but
Russell Wilson going to the Broncos, that kind
You're
of
right. I mean, who do you fear? Nobody.
in the NFC.
Nobody.
I mean, Tampa's probably going to be the favorite.
Yeah,
But they're
Cal
vulnerable,
Warner,
yeah.
Well, he tried to get to Miami. That guy, who is good.
My Bills are really good.
You don't think the Rams are good? Huh?
No, I think
they're not
they're-
as good as they were. South is. How long does our guy Trey Lance have? About 2 more weeks.
Oh boy, did you see any of that game?
He not. I know. It was
The
rain-
elements
it
did not
rained,
help,
yeah,
but
yeah.
there was a stretch where it rained a little bit at the beginning, then it was pretty dry, or drier, I should say, and then the monsoon started in the fourth quarter. But he was awful even when the conditions were fine.
I'll give him credit. He came out and pretty much say, "I missed the guy." His news media session out there. He didn't hide. He came out and said, "Well, I missed a lot of plays today," and he didn't just leave it generically. He mentioned which one.
Well, I think if he doesn't play well again this week and they lose, Garoppolo's going to be starting the third week.
I think they give him 3 weeks.
Think so?
Yeah, but he's a great athlete. They probably think they could fix him delivery wise, but he's got kind of the hitch in the delivery. I think it's kind of long.
It takes him a while to get rid of the ball. Yeah.
And everybody got into the. A lot of this NFL thing is trying to get the next Patrick Mahomes.
That's exactly what this was.
But
Yep.
there's different. Pat Mahomes can throw it from his ear hole anytime he wants to, as far as he wants to.
Well,
so.
and that's what I was saying. The Bills, the Chiefs. I think Miami's got a shot to be okay, but there's a lot of good teams in the AFC. I think the best team.
Cincinnati looked terrible, but they'll be good. With that guy. Yeah. Well,
I heard a stat. What was it that every team in the AFC, no team in the AFC South won a game, and 2 of the teams played each other.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That is good.
Because Indy and Houston tied,
Yeah.
and Jacksonville lost to Washington, and then who am I missing? Oh, and Tennessee lost to the Giants at
When you
home.
think about it, though, now we're rattling off quarterbacks too, Mahomes and Josh Allen, those guys. That all the quarterbacks are over there.
Yeah.
I mean, Brady's 45, Rodgers 40 and gone crazy. You know, who's the best quarterback in the
Prescott's hurt,
and he's overrated.
but I'm just saying of the upper
he's hurt,
NFC
and
quarterbacks.
he's overpaid for sure, but he's. I mean, he was terrible before he broke his hand on Sunday. That was terrible. But yeah, there's Cousins might be the 12th or 13th best quarterback in the league, but he might be about the second in the
in the NFC.
Yeah.
Well, and this will be a good litmus test for them on Monday night because the Eagles are a good team. I think the Eagles are going to.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Did they lose? Who beat them?
They beat Detroit.
Oh,
And
that's right.
It was close, but
Detroit had them. Detroit. They were even for about 3 quarters, right? Who's coaching Philadelphia? Some guy I never heard of.
he came
Nick,
from Sirianni. Is that his name?
Yeah, something.
He
like
came
that.
from Baltimore, I think. I don't remember.
Well,
I have
I'd
to double
rather
check
have
it.
him coaching my team than Nathan Hackett. I'll
Oh,
tell you
boy.
that.
I
What
could.
a way to start. The first impression. Do you want your first impression, the fans, to be of you as you're a coward?
Yeah,
as
right.
far as running the
You're on the
sideline?
road.
Yeah.
You've just unloaded all of these assets to get this quarterback that you've coveted for so long.
4th and 5.
To hell with
okay.
it, we're kicking.
Oh, we got him. We're
I couldn't
kicking
believe
from
it.
64 yards.
I could not believe it.
Now it'll be interesting to see if the guy fessed up and said he screwed up or got defensive.
Well, I heard a bit of his press conference
trying to explain it.
said that I really trust my kicker. I have all the faith in my kicker.
64 yards.
I just couldn't
You
believe
can
it.
have a lot of faith in your kicker, dummy.
Oh,
But none of them can come out and say, "Boy, did I screw that one up." Can
well,
they?
what's his name? The Bengals coach kind of did because they punted and gave Pittsburgh the chance to have enough time to kick the game-winning field goal in overtime.
Yeah.
And he said, "Yeah, we knew the situation. That's not what we wanted to do," which I think was coach speak for. My special teams coach is an idiot and didn't run the clock down.
It's always we, but it's not. Boy, did I screw that one up.
That's not our culture.
No, it's not our culture to do that. All righty then. We Monday Night Sports Talk. Joe had an
Emergency phone call.
I think everybody's healthy. Everybody's fine. It's just that something really important came up. I think the dog might be sick. if
That
I'm
could
not
be it.
mistaken, the
Yeah, that
dog.
could
I
be
guess
it.
The dog, not real sick though. Just
Sick enough.
feeling a little uneasy. A dog's feeling uneasy, you can tell. So anyway, we'll do this again next week. Maybe one of these weeks on Monday.
On a Monday.
Yes. You have heard me discuss my relationship with Josh Arnold for some time. The reason I advocate that you give Josh a call is simple. Trust and results. Josh has seen it all when it comes to economic and market conditions. As has been said, through all of our relationship, past results do not guarantee future returns. And while that is true, Josh can make sure that your retirement objectives match your investments. You can understand that Josh will make sure you are not paying more in fees than you are seeing in returns. Yes, that is more common than you would like to think. Do yourself a favor and have a booking with Josh for the 48-minute free evaluation. This is a no-obligation meeting. Call Josh at 952-925-5608. You will be glad that you did.
Investment services offered by Josh Arnold Investment Consultant LLC, a security investment advisor. Past performance is no guarantee of future results. All investments involve risk. All comments and opinions are Josh Arnold's and do not constitute investment advice.
Patrick Royce is a paid endorser.
The kids are back in school and they're bringing out homework. Hey, take a hint. Why aren't you doing your homework? For years, you have been with that same home and auto insurance company that has only one agent, and he represents only one insurance company. You deserve more than that. You deserve options. Your insurance needs change as the years go by. Insurance companies' rates certainly do change as the years go by. That is why the Canopy Group provides you with 16 options, not just one. Don't tell your kids about this, but you can outsource your homework to the Canopy Group. They will teach you how to find the best insurance coverage for the best price, not only for today, but for each and every year. This experience working throughout Minnesota provides thousands of Canopy Group clients the peace of mind that knowing that Canopy Group is working for them. Contact the Canopy Group at 800-967-3389 or visit thecanopygroup.com and let them do the homework for you.
you. Get those options.
Hi, this is Chris Howard, host of Plugged In with Chris Howard. It's crazy to think that a few weeks ago we were talking about whether or not Tua Tagovailoa should consider retiring after 2 concussions and worldwide debates on player safety and NFL culpability. Tua has done nothing but go back to work and currently has the Dolphins riding a 3-game win streak and 1 loss behind the division favorite Buffalo Bills. While everyone was yapping about the end of his career, Tua Tagovailoa said he'll decide when it's time. And clearly, he's not ready to hang up the cleats. Hi, this is Chris Howard from the Plugged In with Chris Howard podcast. BetOnline.net is your #1 source for betting football and the start of the new basketball season. Find all the latest player developments, team matchups, news, podcasts, and in-depth analysis on every game. BetOnline remains your continued source for all your sports wagering information with live betting, up-to-the-minute scores for the fastest and easiest way to check in on all your favorite games and events, including the MLB playoffs, the start of the NHL season, MMA, boxing, and golf. And if you love sports podcasts, you can find those at BetOnline as well. Head to the website today or use your mobile device to learn more. BetOnline, where the game starts.